Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in for our Pod Vision. We are, I stand corrected. We are your host, Tarpon Total Healthcare. We're a chiropractic office located in Tarpon Springs, Florida. And our mission in life and in the Nature Coast corridor is to relieve your pain without the use of pharmaceutical drugs or otherwise, and keep you from being under the knife of surgery, and to provide you spinal adjustments that you can trust. My name is Angel. I'm the patient liaison for our office, and I'm also your direct connection to wellness. So, thank you so much for joining. You're really going to enjoy today's episode. The young man that we have here, if you're on Facebook and you're in the Tampa Bay area, the greater Tampa Bay area, this is going to be a young man that you're going to think, man, he looks so familiar. It's because he is. He is all over social media. He does very out of the box marketing that I absolutely just love to follow. He provides a lot of great content, information for homeowners, but then he does some funny stuff. So meet Drake Mailhot, and he is the owner, the CEO, the vision behind Southern Landscape Solutions of Tampa Bay.
Thank you for having me on, Jill.
Welcome. This has been a long time in the coming.
It is, and this
We've
place is super professional. Cage back there, very talented. I appreciate y'all having me.
Well, wonderful. I was just really I you're listen, I'm a busy person. I really am, and you're busier than me.
Shh.
And
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
well, listen, and we're going to talk about why all that is. We have a lot of content to cover in like 23 minutes. So let's talk first about how Southern Landscape Solutions got started.
So we'll jump real quickly into it.
Okay.
I worked for my father at Land Tech in Columbus, Georgia, for about. I'm pointing over there. I think it's that way. No, I've worked there for about. I started 11 years old. Couldn't drop the gate on the trailer. My guys would have to do it because I was so small. And I started mowing grass. First, a boar's head. We mowed a boar's head, and there was a brand new Mustang out there, and I had the deck too low, and
Oh no.
it blasted grass clippings. There was grass clippings in the grill that deep. They said, "Oh my god!" I didn't realize what I did. I was 11,
Oh yeah.
but we fixed it, and then he sold that. We moved down here in 2013. We started Southern Landscape Solutions, and we started mowing grass, but then we quickly moved into landscape design and installs only. And then landscape designs went to artificial turf, concrete, pavers, water features, ponds. So we kind of moved and diversified. We're not perfect, but we're working on being perfect, and we know that. And every company's not perfect, but to realize that and to move forward, much like parenting, that makes you a good company.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Well, and one of the things that I say often, it's because of the coach that I have, how you do one thing is how you do everything. From the gate when I met you, very humble. Now that you've said Georgia, that you're from Georgia, that makes a couple of other things make sense, including your daughter's name. I think
Oh,
that's precious. But you're very humble, and you're very quick to own your part. And as a business owner, that is not. It's an unfortunate thing to not have such a strong presence of just that one character trait, in businesses, at least in our area. I'm sure that it's far reaching outside of the Nature Coast area. But I love that about you. You are very quick to say, we're good, but we're not perfect. And if something messes up, you're going to own it, and you do, and you do. So anyway, there's that. You have many different titles. So I want to talk about the titles that you have. So you are um, an entrepreneur. You're a CEO and founder here of this. Now, is your dad still in the company with you?
so he's like currently like right on the. We're trying to make him retire. Not make him retire. We definitely want something for him to do in
Right.
the company because he enjoys much like working on. He likes, believe it or not, weird as it is, he likes truck maintenance. So we want to
Okay.
put him on just like overseeing and making sure all the trucks and
That's an
equipment is
important
running.
job.
It's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge. You could. We had our guys put. We bought a brand new tractor one time. They put gas in it instead of diesel. Blew the thing up.
Oh, no.
$14,000 mistake.
Oh,
Could
my.
have been worse. Could have been more.
Yeah.
Thank God
True.
it wasn't. But yeah, just little things like that can really make or break your company and cost you a lot of money.
So he wants to be overseeing that.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like he feels like everything's smooth running if the equipment's maintained well.
Well, he's not wrong. He's
Yes.
absolutely not wrong. So you are the CEO and founder, like I said. You are a hat that you wear, but it's really the personality, the charisma that you bring. You are the rally the troops guy. Like you walk into a space where maybe there's chaos. And I'm a chaos coordinator too. And sometimes for me, I feel like the more chaos there is, the greater the outcome it's going to be.
Mhm.
I've seen you light up when you walk into a room where everybody's just like the energy level is high and it's off. And it only takes not much more than just the sound of your voice to actually bring a calm to the room
Yeah.
and then a focus. Um, that's a huge accomplishment, I feel like in this world to be able to actually rally the troops and then get them to listen to you. Because if we're being honest, like trying to manage people is like trying to herd mini pigs.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I thought I was just had a big mouth. I did not know that was what I was doing. So thank you for putting that into words. But yeah, if people will listen, first of all, when you walk into a room, you got to make sure like, your presence is accepted. You
Right?
can't go into a random room and start telling people what to do or
Oh yeah.
anything like that because most of the time they're not going to listen. And even if they want to listen, they're not going to listen. So, like, if people are open and it's my space and my time, and I feel like it's the right time to talk, then I'll talk. And it's got to be very, it's not look at me, look what I've done. Because again, the reason I'm sitting here with Southern Landscape Solutions is currently running, currently spending money and making money. But that's because my team is so good. And so I've created a well team. I never had a money problem when my company was doing bad. I had a people problem. And so we have a lot of faith driven entrepreneurs on our team. Also, we found like that's just a good fit. Their core values are strong. Sorry, not entrepreneurs, faith driven teammates. I don't call them employees. But when they're faith strong, they're going to do the right thing. If they have a
Yeah.
hard work ethic, that's all we need because we can create some magic out of that. So when I go into a room, it's just like, what credibility do I have with this room? First, you got to say that. And so, just speaking has been something that's heavy on my heart. I enjoy public speaking. Before I come to anything like this or go public speaking, I pray about it and say, "Hey, Lord, hey, is this the right thing? What does my message need to be? Like, this is, I mean, it's very valuable. When you hold the floor, it's a lot. I had a presentation to give in BNI a long time ago, and I was a director of a BNI.
Hmm.
And so I had to go into a room where the director before me didn't have a good rapport with the chapter.
Hmm.
And so I had to go talk and they didn't already want to hear me, but I really prayed about it. I made it about something another member did to me, like listening to a hard time I was going through and like you can't take materialistic things with you, but that stuff stays behind if that person passes, what they did for me.
Oh, it's
I
legacy.
Yeah, I started crying, they started crying, the chapter loved the speech, so it's like you can do creative and powerful things and then just really having your heart in the right place before you speak
And it
is
doesn't even matter what you do professionally. You could literally be a ditch digger and be passionate about digging ditches, and communicating what that means. I feel like you could literally do anything, Drake, and you could speak about it, and it would motivate people that are doing completely different things. To like, where's the shovel? Like, I'm just gonna pick it. I was gonna help him dig this ditch, you know.
yes.
Um, so that's a huge important hat, I feel like, in a community, and you have done that in your industry. Which, by the way, if we're being honest, is a cutthroat industry in the state of Florida, specifically in the state of
Yes.
Florida. Landscapers, and everybody feels like they've cornered the market, like I'm the one it's me. And you probably cornered the market because you don't have the mindset of it's me. You push those things away from you, which again is one of the first things that I picked up from you when I'm older than you. That's why I was if I was your age, I wouldn't have picked it up. I'd have just been happy to be in the room. But there's so much to you. Um, and it's been fun to watch for the last at least a year or year and a half now that we've known each other. Um, so you've done that with professional. You have actually a networking group, and it is primarily your industry, different businesses that would be your competition, except you don't see competition as competition.
Yeah, thank you again. It's a whole network of people helping each other. So there's money moving all around there. There is so like Southern's logo is embedded in professional landscaping because bigger jobs we can't handle. We're booked out till next year. Like say we need a driveway tore up to put in pavers. I have people, Chris from Sure Shot Junk Removal and Sure Shot Property Enhancement, Chris and Katrina, they help me on my
Oh, they're
projects.
wonderful.
Yeah, they're
Yep.
the nice. Steve Hoskins helped me lay a paver
Yeah.
driveway we couldn't get to. Southern Outdoor Solutions. So we're teaming up with all these people, and so now the Southern logo is not just creating jobs for my teammates. Now they're helping create jobs for these people that have the opportunity and time to get to projects before we can. And I know they offer quality services. So we're all helping generate money because, like you said, ditch digger, a lawyer, a doctor. We're all trying to create comfort for our families. So we can team up and take that over.
Absolutely.
Yeah, why can't we all corner the market? And
Because then there's no corners. Everything
yeah,
is soft edges.
yeah, and honestly, those people have become more than just contractors I work with. I golf with some of them. I went to Busch Gardens with Chris and Katrina. It's really become a powerful thing, and I've learned that people are willing to team up and work together. We just all got to get on the same page and in the same space.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've done that more than just well. Like well done is a good starting point for how you have brought people together in the same trade in the same room
Mm,
where there was competition, but now there's camaraderie.
yep.
And
It's beautiful.
it is. It really is.
Yes.
And I wish that there are other industries, even in ours in the chiropractic field. Like, I've got other chiropractors that I refer in areas, obviously, that don't make sense for us, but we get tagged over there, like in Wesley Chapel all the time. Last night, there was a chiropractor that I refer, and he referred me last night, and it's warm and fuzzy because it's just like,
Yep.
hey, it's not competition. It really is camaraderie.
Yep.
And you've done that excellently. So that's one of the other hats that you wear. Now that group meets the last Thursday of every month currently.
Yes, yes, and we have other occupations in there. We have a cruise planner, we have pool builders, we have pool service people, we have tree trimming and cutting people.
Heck
We
yeah.
have every because customers come in a business, they leave. You offer a service. That's the same way with every business.
Yeah.
So we've learned it's a really powerful thing.
To have a very strong network of who you can refer right now.
Yep.
So then you're also a creator, a designer, and a low key comedian. I
Yep.
don't even think low key is fair. You really should have another side gig where it's just your outtakes from the reels and stuff that you. I think that those are fantastic. This one right here, the picture that's up right now, it's you as Leonardo DiCaprio that had been rolled around in the mud. That was so funny when that was it. But the sign says, "Don't need money for food or beer." Just like my business page.
Yeah.
So I've made it really easy for everybody. There's the QR code, people. Whoever's watching this, I don't care what it is, scan that QR code and just like his page. And you'll get to see all of the content and stuff that we're talking about now. The Bob Ross thing was too much, man. That
Was
was
it?
too much.
I was gonna order an outfit,
You
and due to
should.
my landscape designs, I do them on live every now and then. I was just gonna dress like him and just do it.
So you can go to at the corner of Safford and Tarpon Avenue. It's Brush Tip Studios. Her name is Sherry Smith. She's been on our show before.
Okay.
I love her, and she's like-minded. She'll pray with you, stop, drop. She don't even have to know who you are. She's got a Bob Ross cutout,
Oh, that's cool.
and like you could go and do a whole spiff in there, and it would be well, clearly right up your alley.
Yeah, I love that.
But so as far as your other roles, now we're going to get into the closer to the inner layer of what's really really important in this world. So you're a husband. How long have you and your wife been married?
why'd you do this
Oh,
on yo,
shoot.
no, I'm terrible at this, and
Sorry,
she
Monica.
knows it. Maybe it's under a year. I know it's not a year. I need to find this out because it's getting
Y'all
that
have been
close.
together though for
For 6 years,
yeah.
I think. God, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. There's stuff I can't remember, there's stuff that I don't
That's okay.
remember.
We can't get it all right. We just can't do it. But you have
So
3 of the most beautiful children.
thank you.
Like I say this to you often. You have an unfair advantage, like it just in the human gene pool market. You're all 3 of your kids have your wife's dimple.
Yeah.
So you're a husband, you're a daddy, you're a son. Your parents are truly magnificent people.
Yeah,
I've
thank you.
had the privilege of getting to sit next to your mom, and she's just you just want her to rub off on you, and then the most important thing though is you are a man who loves Jesus.
Of course, 100%. I've been working really hard to just put him in front of everything, and then family, and then business. Sometimes it doesn't go like that. Sometimes I like to jump business up ahead of all those, in which I start failing then. So you can only ride next to the fire for so long. So when you kind of get off topic, what's the goal here, you can really float over in left field. But just remembering while we're here, we're only here for a
A
brief
vapor,
second.
yeah.
Yeah, we're here for a brief second. As I get older and I'm taking care of my kids, the time is just flying by. So I've recently just started getting really involved in the chapel. That's where I go to church at.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and like they have okay, so I'm sitting there, they're like, we got a serve team, and they show the serve team videos, and they're like, they show landscaping projects going on. I'm thinking, all right, now my ego almost got involved there. I'm like, what can we do here? And so my mind starts turning. So Wednesday, I'm meeting with the serve team
That's
head
awesome.
coordinator guy, and I don't remember his name, but I met his assistant Zach. So they're setting up this meeting. But I just want to help the community because my business is doing well. I don't want to help the community to make my business do well.
Well, that
I
would be the backwards
Yes, I've been
way.
very blessed, and so I don't wanna do this out of ego, but I feel like there's a lot of people out and about here, all over the place, that we could help out by just doing the smallest things. God's given me a gift to be on social media to ask for help, and people like, um, Andrew Starkey with Aloha Landscaping, Josh Stadelman, Steve Hoskins, Sure Shot, Chris and Katrina, Steve Prescott with Stonecrest Cribbing, all these people, Canterbury Farms, Annika
Yeah.
and Peter, all these people are donating to this idea because all you have to do is just get it a little organized, and you can do huge things. And so I've learned that's real simple. And when I make time for those things, everything else works out, even if I don't have time.
It
But
really does.
yeah, and it's crazy.
So, the thing that you don't talk about enough is actually we're not gonna cry, not gonna do it. It's actually the whole reason why we're here
Yes.
talking about this. So that's 2911.
Yeah, so man, it's my group at Professional Landscape. When they hear me, I cry every meeting because I get really passionate about what I'm talking about. But 2911 came, um, when my brother passed away. He had a Bible, and I got his Bible, and it was the only highlighted
Oh,
verse in his Bible. And so we started putting that on our hats. We started getting rock cutouts to go in landscape design projects. Like we put this rock in there that has that scripture on there. And then also I've created a motivational speaking company surrounded around that. And I can talk to your sales team. I use it as professionals of landscaping. If I get the opportunity to be the speaker, because we bring in a lot of guest speakers, I try to use that opportunity to use my gifts there. Talking to entrepreneurs and business owners, I've just found that when I'm talking, these people are looking at me, and I feel like there's a connection. And so 2911 has just become that. And I thought, like, what better way to honor my brother's legacy than put that on there? And so I cry a lot because when I'm speaking, I feel like I'm in my natural place, and I love deeply and I speak deeply. So when I get the opportunity, I just kind of tear up a little bit. And I've gotten really good at being able to speak and cry at the same time. That's a talent, and I didn't even
it
know it.
really is. It is. I've not that's not something that I've mastered well yet, which tells me that there's a lot more tears coming. So I gotta have, that the work through moments to where you can get to that point.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 29:11 is, it says, "For the Lord God says," he actually said, "I know the plans that I have for you." You don't get much more intentional than that. The God of the universe, the one that created everything, that we get caught up in our own lives and we miss out on things because we're busy. But the God of the universe, sees you, and then there's 8 billion other ones, okay, that none of us are the same. 8 billion not the same.
Yep.
And he sees you right where you are in your moment of happiness, need, anger, frustration, grief, despair, and he meets us where we're at. That's one of my favorite verses because it lets me know that God sees me. He sees me specifically right here, right now, when I'm ugly crying, when I've said 14 bad words, and I'm even too ashamed to ask God to just, I'm so sorry. I'm too ashamed to even say I'm sorry. And I'm reminded that I know the plans that I have for you, thus says the Lord, plans that to give you hope, good plans, not for evil. So he recognizes that sometimes we can get confused about what's coming our way and like, oh, is God punishing me? Was I bad? And now, the Almighty Smiter has come to give me pow pow. Um, he says, no, that's not it. They're good plans, plans to give you hope and a future. I'm sorry about your brother. I did
No,
not
it's
know
okay. No,
about that.
yeah, we started the business actually together. And
Wow.
yeah, it's tough to say, but just having that personal relationship with God, like sometimes when you feel like you can't talk to people, he's just there and I talk to him daily and I just try to remember like thank you Lord so much for like let me be here and it just keeps me grounded. It keeps my core values in line. It lets me know I'm doing the right thing if we get in sticky situations at my family,
Yeah.
almost said business first, and my business. So, yeah, it just I don't know, it just makes life a lot easier because I've been a sinner. I've ran the streets. I've partied. I've done the drugs. I've done all that. I had a DUI in the past. I'm not perfect. And he accepts me for that when sometimes people don't accept us for that. And you learn that those people really, their opinions don't mean anything. And so that's been some big things to address with me and not worry about other people's opinions to get to that next level. But I feel like I'm right on my path. I'm looking for opportunity everywhere I go. This is a huge opportunity for me to come speak here and it's kind of jump starting 2911 to help me focus because when you are an entrepreneur, only certain percentages of your attention go to those three different businesses.
That's
So
true. And
it's
you can only
tough.
do so much.
Yes.
But again, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I have found, especially in the business world, as I've been doing this, tomorrow marks 3 years that I've been with Dr. John.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is. It really is because it's like 10 years in the marketing world. Like 3 years it's actually much longer than that. And what he and I both have witnessed is businesses that they're doing good business. They're even doing great business. They're producing, they have a good culture, but their root system is different than a person who aligns his name with God's name, aligns his spirit with God's spirit, is humble, is willing to, okay, oh my gosh, ego is stepping in the way. I- Okay, and I need to surrender. And they do. There is a different level that person brings with them. It's really a mantle. It's a different, you carry your problems and your weights differently. You communicate with people even when you yourself are in a bad spot. You communicate differently to your audience, regardless if it's you're talking about, moving rock and digging ditches, but but everything is a kingdom mindset that pushes all of the words to come out of you. So God says the power of life and death are in our words, and words are seeds, and what is planted is what will grow, and what grows becomes a harvest. And those harvest times come at specific times, and then sometimes they're surprises.
Yep.
They come up a lot faster. You are a young Timothy.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, thank you. You've said that a couple
I
times.
have.
And me and my business coach back in the past were studying Timothy. and you said it, and I didn't even realize and put two and two together. And he said, we got to finish that. And I said, you'll never believe what somebody just said to me the other day. So it's a
Well,
little
he was
crazy.
discouraged because, back in that time, and I really feel like it's relevant now. You have not earned the right to speak until you're 30. 30 years
Yep.
old. Jesus didn't start his ministry until he was 30.
I
He
did not
did
know
honor
that.
some of those things. And so understanding that, um, don't be, don't be discouraged, when you're in an audience of, people that are older than you and been doing it longer than you, because sometimes we get in our own way in our head and then we stifle the words that God has actually put in our mouth to put out there as seeds, just like you're doing.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
I cannot wait to see what it is that God's going to do with you, because you're a vessel, you're a conduit of his spirit, and you're going to show up the same way in every space that you go to. And I'm really proud to know you.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
really am.
Same.
Thank you so very much for being here. You've got to follow him. You got to follow him on social media. Find him right there. You've got the QR codes. The one to the left is the website. The one in the center is his Facebook page. Please like it. He actually created a sign and put dirt on his face and asked for it. And the one on the far right is for the professional landscapers group that he's part of. If you're local and that is a market that you work with, you can go to the meetings the last Thursday of the month, and you can find out all the details there. So thank you again for watching, for tuning in. You've carved out part of your time to spend with us, and I hope that we've provided you relevant and fun content, things that are going to make you think. And we just want to be able to be out in the community too, doing great things, doing God's work. So bless you for watching, and we'll see you next week.